Well, when I first heard what he was doing, I asked for an explanation, and it's basically called water divining or water witching, where you take a Y-shaped stick and hold it a certain way, and that he can sense where water veins are and how deep they are. I'd never heard tell of it before, so I'm thinking, I just I can't understand how that would work. How he can, how holding a stick's going to tell you where water is.
He'd go cut a crotch off of an apple tree or a witch hazel. And I'm not too sure, I think he might have out of a willow also, but we didn't have a lot of willow around home. He would grip it up like this, and then he would walk, and when he hit a vein, or getting close to a vein, it would start to dip, and of course the down spot would point down to where the vein was, water vein. And he wouldn't use the same one over and over, but he kind of knew when he's time. But he didn't find sewer veins or anything like that, like there were water veins that he used to find. He'd find them for camps and cottages, but they were all shallow well, every one of them. Everyone knew he could do it. I didn't know a whole lot of people that knew how to do it, and I don't even know who told him how to do it, but I couldn't do it. Apparently it's got something in you that can do it.
I was very skeptical. I'm a detailed person, and I have to see how something works. And I couldn't understand it, so he took me out, and he showed me what he did. And then he says, "Here, you try it." He says, "You never know, you might be able to do it." So he gave me the stick, and he marked where he had found a vein, and I walked across it, and nothing happened. So he says, "Give me the stick," and he did it again. He says, "It's there." So he says, "You hold from the side, just hold one side of the stick while I'm doing it." And he said, "You try to stop the stick from going down." So just holding one side of the stick, like in front of his hand, I was unable to stop the stick from going down. You could almost feel the bark starting to peel in my hand.
Well, with my father, I remember a story that happened when probably I was around 10 years old, and there were geologists in the area. We lived in the country, and they were doing some sort of project there. So there was a group of geologists, and they heard about my father and that he was able to do this water divining, and they were 100% skeptical. So what they did was they were going to try and see if they could disprove it in some way. And so I remember one afternoon, it was in our backyard, and I remember they gave him this branch, his branch that he used to find the water veins, and they put over his head this cloth bag, and just let him go. And sure enough, he found the water vein. The branch went down, and so, but they said, "Okay, we don't have it yet, so let's do this again." And I remember them taking him, putting the bag again on his head, and spinning him round and round and round so he would be disoriented in some way, and just steering him in a different direction and letting him go. And sure enough, it went right back again to the same place he found where the water vein was. And so for them, they couldn't explain it scientifically, but seeing is believing, so what could they do? It was just something that, for me, I just took for granted. I didn't know that it was anything of a phenomena or whatever. It was just something that he could do, and I didn't question.
He wasn't known for having mysterious powers or anything like that, eh? Just did it. I guess that's all it was. It was just seemed to be simple for him, eh? And mysterious for other people. Because it is kind of strange. But it kind of worked.